Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. One take and uncut. Have a bunch of interesting information to show you guys today. So to kick things off, we have XRP_Stewart. Now, here's a quote. As we can see, 300 customers use our solutions to transfer money all around the world, half of which are from the APAC, and again, Asia Pacific region. And Santander's head of innovation, Ed Metzger, saw remittances being performed and completed in a mere 4 to 5 clicks through RippleNet powered money transfers app, OnePayFX. Now, obviously, we've been keeping an eye on this application. Now, what I see here, 4 to 5 clicks. Remember, Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, has actually said, and remember, they've finally given the ability for people that are shopping e-commerce on Amazon. He wanted to give customers the ability to order a product with 1 to 2 clicks. So I think that they have some work to do. But again, the idea is just, frictionless movement of money. Now, as we can see, Navin Gupta, now he shares a really interesting article that I want to go over. Now, blockchain-powered payments network enables cross-border payments to be hassle-free by setting standards, reducing confusion, and ensuring that all network members have access to the same tech. So within this article, for those of you that do not know, this is going to be more focused on Singapore, which of course is a huge hotbed. So we can see Navin Gupta, Managing Director, South Asia, and this is Europe, Middle East, Africa, Ripple, Mumbai. So Navin has extensive experience in global transaction banking, payments, and cash management after almost 2 decades at HSBC, huge behemoth bank, we already know, right out of the UK, and then Citigroup. So guys, this gentleman, I believe he was at Swell. I'm sure that, some of the bigger content creators got to meet him as well, which is awesome. But right here, this year in Singapore, fintech investments hit $1 billion, while Accenture, and we know Accenture is helping Swift, R3, and Ripple with these DLT transformations and helping a lot of these banks ensure that everything is integrated well, estimates the total volume of corporate transfers made in 2019, which will reach a whopping $22.23 trillion, guys. Huge. Right here, among the region's most notable startups includes cashless payments and mobile wallets. All right, now I actually want to touch on that as well in a little bit, but as we can see here, I love Singapore. I love the architecture. Absolutely amazing. I've never been, but hopefully someday. There was something I wanted to go over. Highly recommend checking this article out. Again, estimated the average U.S. bank would take between $25 and $35 to process a cross-border payment, roughly 10 times the price of an average domestic payment. So again, cross-border is the main issue. Will XRP help solve domestic issues? It's anybody's guess, but currently the true friction is cross-border. And I know I saw some YouTube comments, kind of arguing my point, saying that I said that XRP won't really help reduce friction domestically. Their concern is cross-border. But hey, who knows what happens? But again, I think they should tackle the true problem at hand and then work domestically afterwards, if they can. Again, The Economist likewise estimated the cost of remittances to come in at around 7% of the amount to be transferred. That's absurd. All right, they want to change that. Blah, 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 blah. 300 customers, on-demand liquidity, XRP. Talking about OnePayFX, Banco Santander. Yep, and there's the quote again. Okay, so on to the next one. So then, right here, Roses in the Moon just sharing this. I just wanted to show this before the next article. So blockchain and financial technology, fintech market, future prospects of 2025. As you guys know, this is what I believe would be maturity or, a higher level of adoption than we are today. If we can see something this year, awesome. I think 2020 is going to be one of the biggest years that I've ever been in cryptocurrency. But again, it is anybody's guess. So please do not overinvest just because I'm hyping it up. All right. So the report includes market revenue sizing, latest and ongoing trends, threats and key factors driving overall growth. And we can see who's a key player, as we can see on the website. We can see Earthport, we already know, with Visa and RippleNet. We got Ripple, pretty big chunk. We got Oracle, Microsoft, IBM. I know you guys have probably seen that on IBM. Even if you go on their LinkedIn page, they were doing proof of concepts years ago with RippleNet. Okay, and they're acting like they're working with, XLM. It's such a joke to me. Amazon Web Services. All right, so just keep an eye, guys. They have a big name. And again, this is product sales, so volume market shares. And excuse me, I was trying not to cough there. All right, next, this is a quote. I'll source the quote for all of you that get annoyed that I just read off Twitter. But again, I love Twitter. There's great threads, great resources, and everything is organized. This is the future. I mean, even the president uses Twitter. Now, is that, morally correct. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I don't really care. I'm just saying I'm here to spread this information and share it, and this is a great medium of exchange. So XRP_Stuart, June 2017. This is Stephen Thomas. He's the former CTO of Ripple. Now he's moved on to work on Coil. Absolute genius. He has literally recreated the Bitcoin, the whole Bitcoin code entirely. He knows it, and he said it was, pretty complex. He knows it like the back of his hand. Yes, rollbacks are possible, and with the XRP ledger, you cannot do that, which is good. It's much more secure. So Stephen Thomas said that compared with the status quo of correspondent banking, the XRP-based liquidity would seem like gold that you can teleport into any vault in the world instantly. So let's check this article out. This is an amazing article. I'm probably going to go through a few points. I have some that were taking pictures on my phone just so I don't have to scroll. Look how big this article is. Absolute behemoth. But anyways, few key points I wanted to go through. Let's see. So again, I have some over here too. So right here, Stephen Thomas. We're not the disruptors. We're not the guys who come in and tear everything down. All right? So they do not want to be seen as that. They're just here to help ease everything with this transformation. We got MUFG, one of the biggest banks in Japan. All right, 60 banks now. This is in 2017. Brad Garlinghouse again. This is not a science experiment. He says this is real production systems moving a real value. All right, Ripple doesn't just want to help banks make cross-border payments. It wants to make the world's assets liquid. I love that. Now, if Ripple has its way, it will do more than knock out SWIFT. It will have found a way to make money move like information. Talking about this identity crisis. And then another quote right here. And yet the company's larger vision to build an internet of value, a global internetworking system for money, would be tremendously disruptive to the status quo of international banking. In this system, monetary value could flow seamlessly from a bank ledger to a public blockchain to a mobile money system, all interoperable and working together to move money from one side of the globe to the other, even through other ledgers and networks entirely, from mobile payment wallets, which is going to be massive in the future. All right. Another thing they said, there's, Interledger Protocol, ILP, which works in tandem with the enterprise software and connects ledgers of different types, a private bank ledger and a public blockchain, for the purpose of settling payments between them, interoperability. All right. Another thing, Ripple executives talk a good game about how blockchain technology disrupts the correspondent banking paradigm. Keep in mind, SWIFT, they're not well funded. They use a different partner to handle all of their correspondent banking. So again, correspondent banking paradigm in which banks with no direct relationships, they rely on intermediaries. It's a clunky system and so many middlemen in order to send payments to each other. But Ripple's current software still depends on a global network of correspondent banks. Rather than total disruption, what it promises are faster settlements with more transparent fees. Compared to SWIFT, Ripple provides a two-way protocol. There's bi-directional messaging, as I always say. This allows for greater transparency. And I know, GPI kind of has SWIFT GPI, ex-current competitor, as some of this. But again, it is not settling, and it is not helping with the pre-funded accounts. So it's not solving the problem at hand. So right now, Ripple's two-way protocol allows for greater transparency. Banks can exchange information and find out ahead of time what the fees and the Forex or the foreign exchange rates will be, along with the expected date of delivery for the funds. SWIFT GPI, it enables banks to track a payment status in real time, just as consumers can check, your UPS or FedEx packages. That's awesome. And it's better than just, throwing the ball and waiting for it to arrive and just hoping the package arrives in a few days. But that's not what Ripple's doing. They're helping with settlement, which is the true problem, and actually reducing fees, not just being a fancy debit and crediting system. All right, almost done here, guys. Whew, I'm out of breath. So, although Ripple's signing up as many banks as it can for the messaging software, its customers include the largest bank in Turkey and the National Bank of Abu Dhabi. Now, it is emphatically, and I'm just reading this off my phone, not trying to persuade them to entrust all of their payments to Ripple's own ledger. So they're not trying to get everybody on the ledger, because right here, as they say, this would lead to a Mexican standoff, said Thomas, because nobody wants to give up their preferred ledger. So they just want to create interoperability and allow anyone to use whatever at the end of the day. They just want XRP to be that middleman, and obviously on a level playing field, on a permissionless basis, it is best positioned to do that. So that's where Interledger Protocol comes in. In May, Ripple completed a test in which the company sent Ether, Ethereum, the native coin on the Ethereum network, to the Ripple consensus ledger. The Ethereum was received as XRP in a Ripple wallet. It was therefore both a cross-ledger and a cross-currency transfer. That is awesome. Now, one real step towards this payment utopia came last year. And keep in mind, this was, written in 2017, so they're referring to 2016, when Ripple collaborated with the technology consortium Monster R3 on a project with which 12 banks used XRP to settle transactions with each other in real time. The payments were made in a test environment. It was all house money, but Miguel Valles, as we can see right here, calls it a complete success. And here's a quote from him. We got 12 banks to hold a digital asset for the first time ever, he said. I think it was a real show of faith from them. Another quote from him. In the most elegant end state of our solution, Ripple, Interledger Protocol, and XRP work seamlessly together. Now, one thing I found interesting, and I just want to get your guys' questions, so let me know your thoughts down below. Where was it? It's like Control F, MUFG. I'm going to find it right here, guys. Let me know what you think about this. So right here, my thing's freezing. All right, so an MUFG representative said that the Japanese megabank is still pursuing a previously disclosed project with Coinbase, a leading Bitcoin startup, to use the cryptocurrency for cross-border payments. Pretty interesting to see Coinbase, involved in this as well, because you always question their motives behind everything. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I will link these two articles in the top of the description if you want to check these out and read them for yourselves, which I highly recommend. But again, guys, be sure to like the video, share it around, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.